Thank you for being with us today. This is the Green Room. I have both Dr. Mark Laycock from Wichita State University. He conducts the symphony orchestra there, and also Dr. Timothy Jones. He teaches violin and I think a few other things there at the university. Timothy is also the associate concertmaster of the Wichita Symphony Orchestra. They're here to talk all about their next concert. The Wichita State University Symphony Orchestra performs tomorrow evening. Hello to both of you.
Hello. Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Thank you so much for being here and taking the time to talk about tomorrow night's concert. I have the program in front of me, and Wichita gets treated to a world premiere tomorrow. Um, Timothy, you're performing the world premiere of Robert Hagenbuch's Violin Concerto. Can you talk to us a bit about this piece of music, how you got connected with the composer, and how it ended up on the program?
Absolutely. Yes, thank you for having us. So, Robert Hagenbuch Jr. is a composer based in the Kansas City area, and we have known each other for a few years now. Robert's son actually attended Wichita State a few years back and graduated with a music ed and violin performance degree. So, it was through working with his son, which both Dr. Laycock and I did for several years, that we came to know Robert, and this seed of a new violin concerto was planted a few years ago. So this is a collaboration we've been looking forward to for a while. It's a piece that we got to work on together. I mean, certainly he did the heavy lifting, but we got to chat along the way about different sounds we could make, different approaches we could take to the music. So
And then
very
you took the idea to Dr. Laycock about premiering it with this with the symphony orchestra.
That's right. I know he was extremely grateful for his impact on his son while at Wichita State as well. So
And we were kind of on board. It was kind of a package deal, actually. So, Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I think once the concerto idea came to fruition, it was always going to be the WSU orchestra that was going to premiere it. And we just love this connection, the connection with Kansas, the connection with one of our outstanding former students, and it's a great piece of music. We've really enjoyed preparing it.
Mark, has the orchestra been able to speak with the composer? Has he, zoomed in and worked with them or had any communication?
Not yet. Our our preparation time frame has been fairly short. And
Mm,
so we've wanted to focus on, nuts and bolts, getting the collaboration together, making sure Dr. Jones and I and the students are on the same page musically. But tonight, Bob will be at the rehearsal, and we'll meet the students, and we'll be able to express our gratitude, and he'll be able to provide some insight. So that relationship will come to fruition tonight.
that's wonderful. Tim, can you talk a bit about the piece itself, about oh gosh, I don't know, inspiration, themes that occur, is it what is it going to make us feel? How do you feel playing it?
absolutely. Well, as always, it's exciting to play a piece that's never been performed before because there's no precedent. There are no recordings to listen to or to feel that you have to agree with or disagree with. This concerto is, I've been describing it as atonal, but relatable. I think some people, when they hear the word atonal, they might get cold feet and feel like, oh no, this is something I'm not ready to understand, or I need some
Mm,
sort of training to connect with this music. And that's just really not the case. It's filled with some beautiful, I would almost say romantic themes. There are lots of soaring melodies like we might expect. Many people have described Robert's composition style as cinematic,
mm.
although I wouldn't exactly call it film music. I definitely do feel that it's, again, relatable, approachable. It's a piece that really banks upon my strengths as a violinist and the orchestra's strengths as well. So I think anyone coming to the concert, whether you have any musical experience or training or not, you can expect to just be carried away with the themes and ideas in an almost romantic way.
And
An almost romantic way.
as modern, as innovative as it is, he also stays true to standard concerto form. So we're getting three movements. The middle movement is slow and lyrical. There's a fast first movement. There's an even faster finale. So those of anybody in the audience with just an inkling of traditional concerto form will feel right at home with this piece.
That's right, including also lovely, exciting cadenza in the first movement and a sort of miniature cadenza or at least a passage for solo violin also in the second movement, a very beautiful lyrical theme opening up the second movement. So beautiful
we're going to
things.
talk more about the concert, what else is on it. The concert is tomorrow evening, Tuesday, October the 29th at 7:30 in Miller Concert Hall. You can get tickets the night of the concert when you arrive at the box office, or you can call ahead 316-978-3233. You can also go online to wichita.edu/fine arts box office to get your tickets. We're going to listen to a little bit of a symphony that is being performed tomorrow evening. You know, one of the downsides of a world premiere is that when we come to promote it, we don't have a recording of it to play for anybody. But it's so exciting. You're making history, a world premiere composed just for you. So instead, we're going to listen to a bit of Jean Sibelius's First Symphony, come back and talk all about that piece with Dr. Timothy Jones and Dr. Mark Laycock. Just a snippet of the final movement of Symphony Number 1 by Jean Sibelius, which is on tomorrow evening's concert of the Wichita State University Symphony Orchestra. Not only are they performing the symphony by Sibelius, but also Robert Hagenbuch's Violin Concerto. It is the world premiere, composed for violinist Timothy Jones. Also on the program, Mary Watkins' Soul of Remembrance. I have both Tim and Mark in the green room with me, and we're going to talk about what else is on this program. Let's start with the Sibelius. Mark, tell us a bit about Jean Sibelius.
Such a monumental piece. You know, for not to be disrespectful, but quirky. I mean, he's really the way that he layers ideas, the way that he presents ideas, even the way that he finishes the entire symphony is unique, iconoclastic. And so we've just had so much fun diving into this piece. And like the Hagenbuch Concerto, there are these melodic moments that are just heartrending. There's exciting forward motion in these outer movements. It's been a lot of fun. And it's not a symphony that you hear a lot. Probably his second symphony is the one that you know, is most played in the concert hall. But this first, which really put him on the map internationally as somebody with a unique sound, a unique approach to composition. We've really enjoyed preparing it.
You know, Jean Sibelius wrote my favorite music of all time, which is the finale of his Fifth Symphony. If anybody hasn't heard it, go listen.
Yeah, and that too quirky, just the way that he finishes that finale and
it is quirky.
Is it
it's
done
unexpected.
Yet? Yeah.
It's like in one moment you're listening to his music and you're bawling because you're so moved, and then the next you're laughing because he does something that seems a bit off. It's great.
Yeah.
Quirky is a perfect word.
Yeah.
And then also you're starting the program with a composer who many people won't be familiar with at all. Her name is Mary Watkins. The piece is called Soul of Remembrance. Mary Watkins was mostly a jazz composer.
Yes. From born in the 1930s, still alive, I believe. This is a piece, a multi-movement piece. We've selected just the I think the middle movement, the third movement. She's attempting to portray different aspects of the African American experience. Some of it quite wrenching, much of it very hopeful. As you mentioned, a jazz influence, jazz inflected. This piece, it's all about melody. And there are these arching, slow, gorgeous melodies that just stretch across from phrase to phrase. I've got a student conductor, an undergraduate, which is unusual. Usually it's a master's student that stands in front of the orchestra. But this is one of our graduating seniors who has just been an outstanding young musician, a violinist in the orchestra, and Hannah Copeland will be conducting this work and doing a wonderful job.
That's great. Tim, have you ever performed any Mary Watkins before?
No, I don't believe that I have. I am happy to say this is one of those moments when I too am being exposed to some music I have not heard before, and hopefully it will lead me down a path of discovery, right? To see some other pieces from.
Yes, I was completely unfamiliar. I was reading her bio. I just Googled her name, reading up on her. She composed a jazz rendition of the Nutcracker, which now I'm very interested in going and seeking out. I'm not sure if I've heard that.
I have not. I have heard rumors that it exists.
The fabled jazz Nutcracker. We should all go listen to it now. So it's such a wonderful program because you're going to introduce your audience to new things. Um, and I hope that you do have a full audience there, eager to lap up new music, things they haven't heard before. The concert is tomorrow night at 7:30 in Miller Concert Hall on the campus of Wichita State. The box office is right outside Miller, so you can grab your ticket if you want that night, or you can get it ahead of time by calling 316-978-3233 or grab it online at wichita.edu/fineartsboxoffice. Thank you, both of you, for coming today and talking all about the concert. It sounds really great.
And thank
Thank you.
you. Always a pleasure talking to you. Lots of fun.
You're welcome anytime. Tim, have a great performance and enjoy. Gosh, having something almost tailor-made just for you. It's pretty exciting. Is this the first time somebody's written something for you?
This is my first commissioned piece, indeed. My first, and certainly something of this scale as well. It's very exciting to have the honor of bringing this to life.
Yes, it sounds very exciting. Have a great concert.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.